Target costing concepts. What is target costing basically? What is the approach that we follow in target costing, and what are the things that we need to understand? So let us understand that first, then we shall proceed for practical questions. See, normally what a company does is, company does a general funda what company follows, or in IPCC what you learned is that cost plus profit is equal to sales price, right? So in IPCC you focused more where? How to reduce cost, right? Material cost kitna hoga, material labor cost kitna hoga, variable overhead how much it would be, fixed overhead how much it would be, all those costs you add, plus what is the profit margin what we have keeping either on cost or profit, and accordingly you book your sales. So then you decide sales price. So how you used to decide your sales price was cost plus profit, and the sales price has been decided. Now in CA final or in the practical situations, if you understand, what happens is that a company in majority cases, that is in the cases of competitive market, a company doesn't has an option to decide a sales price, because sales price is driven by the market scenario or market competitors, market situations. Say for example, I'll give you one of those basic examples is that when it comes to Pepsi and Coke, right, there are two competitive products. Pepsi, if you observe the trend of the pricing of Pepsi, it has always kept the same pricing what you get in Coca-Cola. Minor major change would have been occurring, not more. So if a Pepsi is available at rupees 10, then Coca-Cola has to make sure that Coca-Cola is also be sold at 10 or less than at 10. Because the moment you use your pricing higher, the moment the pricing competitive advantage has been received by Pepsi company, right? So we do not discuss over here about quality, or we do not discuss about here that what the quality, because majority time what happens is that students think in another way that sir, they are charging higher price but the quality is good. See, the question of quality comes secondary, the question of pricing what should you decide, that comes primary when you are learning this concept. So when it comes to my pricing model, my pricing product or my product pricing depends on the competitive product at what pricing he is selling. If you know the trend, there are telephone users like Vodafone, Airtel, this Idea. The pricing were different before Jio was implemented. The moment Mukesh Ambani announced Jio, the pricing of Airtel, Vodafone and Idea changed on basis of the plans what Jio offered. Because of a reason being that is, the pricing has been driven by the market. Customer will go with the services of Jio as they are cheaper compared to Airtel, Idea and your Vodafone. So then this company started getting losses because the customers were attracted by Jio. So this company had to set their pricing models. And that is the reason why setting a pricing model is very important when it comes to the practical scenario situation being competitive market. Yeah, if you're in a monopoly market, then you decide pricing as per your cost plus profits. But when you're into competitive market, you have to decide your pricing on the basis of competition. You have to decide your pricing on the basis of how the product, another product or competitive product has been dealt in the market. Considering that part, my sales price is something known as market driven. My sales price is something known as customer driven. My sales price is something known as competition driven, right? So I cannot decide my sales price, but my sales price is decided by the market, by the customers, by the competitors. So if the sales price is decided by them, and if I have certain profit margins that I should attain, say for example 10% or 12% or 50%, 20% depending on your percentage. So if I have that a percentage of profits that I want to attend, what thing I need to focus is, I need to focus to target my cost. I am repeating, I need to focus on to target my cost depending on that sales price minus that margin. Whatever the cost comes, my target will be to achieve that cost. My target will be to achieve that cost. Which cost? Which the selling price has been driven by the market has decided, minus whatever the profit that I have been expecting, my profits that I should fetch, and whatever the cost comes to, that is my target cost. So company uses all their resources, all their strategies, management to make sure that this cost has been achieved. Once the cost has been achieved, accordingly company will make sure that cost has been achieved, plus the company earns a respective profit or expected profit that we want to earn, and then after achieving that, company goes to their sales price, and then the demand competition, that is what been affected. That is the concept what a target costing was introduced. So target costing says that instead of focusing on your sales price, you focus on your cost. You focus on your costing targets rather than sales targets, because your sales is anyways driven by the market. That is something which you cannot control. Majority times the sales price are controlled by the competitors, by the market scenarios, customer satisfaction or customer demands. So on the basis of those, you decide your pricing, and on the basis of your pricing you decide your profits. Once you know your pricing and profits, you target your cost and try to achieve those costs. So basically this target costing in practically in articleship, or if you understand, when you go with this target costing is something known as cost cutting scenarios what a company follows. So company follows that, okay, my revenues are this much, my profits are this much, so accordingly I need to make sure that this cost is achieved, and then that cost achieved, as it said rightly in Hindi, sham dam dand bhed. So company tries to apply all those resources to reach this target costing, right? So meaning of target costing is, target costing can be defined as a structured approach to determine the cost. Very important. A structured approach to determine the cost at which the proposed product with specified functionality and quality must be produced to generate a desired level of profitability at its anticipated selling price. So these terms are very, very important. So these are the terms which will make sure that your theoretical part or your presentation in your exams becomes easy. Like in just in time, what we understood when it comes to Kanban card, a pull system has been something what did you understand. Similarly over here also it is that this is a structured approach to determine the cost that we need to follow. It is a management tool used to reducing the product cost over the entire life cycle. Again, it is a management tool used to reduce the product cost over its entire life cycle. It is driven by external market factors. A target market price is determined by marketing management prior to designing and introducing a new product. This target price is set at a level that will permit the company to achieve a desired market share and market share volume. A desired profit margin is then deducted to determine the target maximum allowable product cost. A desired profit margin is then deducted to achieve a allowable product cost. The product costing also develop methods for achieving those costs and means to test the cost effectiveness of different cost cutting scenarios. These are three broad phases. Number one is planning, product planning and design phase, manufacturing and sales phase, post sales service and abandonment phase. Conception phase, that is the planning phase. Under this phase, company's life cycle competition planning has been done. So basically you plan what the product is, what the quality is, what the designing and all those stuff, how it will be declared. Company would require customer value and all those stuff. Then you go with development phase. The development phase, the design development department should select and most competitive how the development will be done with the market, understanding the market, what are the manufacturing process that a competitor uses, how the firm should develop their estimates of the internal cost structure. Then you start with the production phase. So once this development phase gets done, you start with the production phase. Design concentrate, search is better, less expensive products, cost benefit analysis of this product, features and priority, all those expenses that you analyze. So then how it becomes product life cycle phase. Anyways, we have understood life cycle costing. So in the beginning it is nil, almost negligible, then it keeps on higher, gain growth, it goes to maturity, and then it goes to decline phase. So that is how this phase is. The horizontal axis, the explanation already, the diagram depicting committed cost committed curve and cost incurrence curve. Now these are the example what we have set over here. Advantages of target costing. It, as I said, there are two kind of activities, value added, non value added, right? So if you're following target costing, if you're following just in time, you will always try to make sure that non value added activities are being removed and more maximizing use of value added activities are only being done. It reinforces top bottom management to process and product innovation and is aimed at identifying issues to be resolved in order to achieve some competitive advantage. It helps in create companies competitive future with market driven management for designing manufacturing product. It uses management control tool to support and reinforce manufacturing strategies. Target cost starts with customer study to or market study. Basically, as I said, it starts with customer study with market study, that how your selling price should be, what are the demand, how your sales volume should be, and accordingly it helps to create a company's competitive future. Target costing ensures proper planning well ahead of actual production, because you already know that you have to make sure that this you can achieve only your cost if you go follow with the target costing. So accordingly proper planning has been done, minimizing non-valued activities and encouraging selection of lowest cost value added activities. That is what the target costing system follows. So these are the steps in target costing approach of pricing. First, set selling price based on customer expectation. These steps are very important, because once you understand these steps, you will understand all the concepts easily. So first thing is, step 1 is set selling price, target the selling price. Step 2 is establish a profit margin, that if my product is being sold, I expect that this much profit margin is achieved. Step 3 is determine cost, right? Determine cost or allowable cost per unit, target selling price less profit margin. So it is target selling price less profit margin. Now you compare with your estimate of current cost with the new products and estimate cost reduction targets for each component and production activity. That is what he said. So then that is what we have explained over here. These are the explanations. Computing current cost, how the current cost for producing new product should be estimated, how the new cost would be incurred, what would be this, and the estimation of current cost is based on existing technology and component but emphasizes the functionality and quality requirement of a new product. Direct costs are determined by reference to design specification, material pricing, labor pricing, activity based costing estimations, and accordingly they follow this approach. Now the estimated cost of product is higher than the target cost basically in the current situation. That is the reason why we are following target costing approach of the product. Then the concern should report the cost reduction methods. What are the cost reduction methods? Involving the use of value engineering, tier down approach, Kaizen costing, and value analysis tool, right? So implementation of target costing, again that is what we have already explained. Obtain a management sponsor, obtain a budget, assign a strong team manager, enroll full-time participants, use project management tool. What are the problems with target costing? A lot of time what happens is, when you follow target costing, it becomes a very lengthy process. Yes, a lot of planning, a lot of lengthy process, but then you come to know that the target costing cannot be achieved because of the scenarios or because of the conditions or because of the price. So that is one of those issues. Another problem with the target costing, large amount of mandatory cost cutting can result into finger pointing of various parts of the company. See, this is also very important. Especially if employees in one area feels they are being called on to provide a disproportionately large part of a savings. For example, industry engineering staff will not be happy. So a lot of savings has been done. So accordingly, your employee cost, the employees might not be having. Finally, having representative from number of departments on design team can make sometimes difficult to achieve that design. It may be possible you are not able to achieve those design because of target costing has been done, and accordingly your product designing or your product quality may be suffered or may be issued. So for every problem outlined, the dominant solution is retaining strong control over the design team, which calls for a good team leader. So impact on target costing, accordingly the impact you can understand, it achieves our profitability. Cost accountant role in target costing, he has to do cost estimations, permissible cost ranges what he has, accordingly he needs to design his budgeted analysis, cost principle explanations what he needs to follow, review the cost reduction targets, and accordingly he should make sure that all your cost has been achieved or cost has been reviewed and feedback is being given. As again components, value engineering, value analysis, these are often referred as, this is important. What are the components of target costing? Typically the target cost is broken into various components. Each component studies and opportunities of cost reduction are identified. These activities are often termed as value engineering and value analysis. Value engineering involves searching of opportunities to modify the design of each component or part of a product at reduced cost. See, This is important. What is value engineering? Because value engineering, they have asked a lot of times in your exams. Right? Value analysis entails studying the activities that are involved in producing the product to detect non-value added activities. Right? So these are the two important terms: value engineering and value analysis. Value engineering focuses on opportunities to modify your designs. How can I modify my design so that my components costs are reduced? And accordingly, if the components costs are reduced, my product will have a better cost, product will have a cost minimization, but making sure that the quality and functionality is not been compromised. Like initially, if you remember, in those days, we had cell phones with numeric pads, right? Then we have QWERTY keypad pads. Then we have a few buttons, all became started coming to screen touch. Then we had one single home screen button. That now we have full buttonless systems, right? So there are no more buttons, full touch screen systems. So those are the value engineering process. What happens to modify the design that reduce that makes sure the design has been achieved, but without compromising with the quality. Then we have value analysis. What after you designing and then the value analysis, what is that? It start analyzing the activities which are value added, which are non-value added. Non-value added activities are to be removed, minimized, and value added activities are to be made sure that they have been achieved to the maximum level but at a reduced price. So these are the components. One of those theory questions that can be asked. Value engineering, a word very important over here, is involves searching of opportunities to modify the design. See, right, of each component. So value engineering focuses on opportunity to modify of design of each component of part to reduce cost, but without reducing their functionality or quality of the product. Right? Then we have further important features of value engineering are whether potential customers are willing to pay the price of all the features of the product. Functionality stage, value engineering proceeds with the cross-functional team making suggestion of design improvements and modification. Issues are, can we eliminate functions in the production process? Can we do that? Because the moment you decide I will design a new design process has been implemented, or the moment you say that new designs have been implemented because they are cost savings, but setup time, production cost, production setups, resistance to change may happen, and that is the reason why can we eliminate. And then can we eliminate the durability and reliability, because quality should not be deteriorated, right? That is the function. Value chain entails, again very important word, value analysis entails studying the activities that are involved in producing the product or detect non-value activities that may be eliminated or minimized, right? So that refers to our value analysis and value engineering. Then we have one more concept is Kaizen costing, right? See, if you understand, when we're discussing this, cost reduction methods involving the use of value engineering, tear down approach, Kaizen costing, value analysis tool. So we have already done with value analysis tool, we are done with value engineering. Now what is Kaizen costing? Kaizen costing is another process where you can reduce your target, your cost. So what is Kaizen costing is? Kaizen costing, understand, very important, Kaizen costing refers to ongoing continuous improvement program. You do continuous improvements program, a research and analysis been done to continuous your research process improvement program that focuses on reduction of waste in the production process, thereby further lowering cost below the initial targets specified during the design phase. Once your design phase starts, right, what Kaizen costing does is it still keeps on continuing monitoring of the improvements, that if I can do some improvements, if I can do focus on my wastage, if I reduce those wastage and production process, it will help me lowering my cost, right? Why Kaizen costing is needed? The initial VE review, that is your design value engineering review, may not be complete and perfect in all cost aspects. It happens that you want that your design change should be done, right? But in value engineering, what it says that we need to change our designs without compromising qualities. But to change the design, Kaizen costing has to be understood, because the reason is it keeps on continuous monitoring of your production process. So initially value engineering review may not be complete and perfect. It may happen because You say that I want to change my design, but it may not happen. First, you need to understand what is the continuous process or what is the process of your designing, how are the elimination can be done, what are the wastages that we are incurring, right? So there may be further chances of waste reduction, cost, time reduction, product improvement. Such continuous cost reduction technique is called Kaizen costing. So this is what a Kaizen costing definition is. There may be chances of waste reduction, cost reduction, improvement. Such continuous costing technique is called Kaizen costing. Then Kaizen costing process, it includes a elimination of waste or product assembling, distribution process, elimination of work steps, savings from Kaizen costing. There are a lot of chances of savings, but normally what happens is in Kaizen costing, the savings are much smaller than those achieved in value engineering. Again, a very important part. Kaizen costing में आपके पास savings इतना higher नहीं होता है. The reason being that is you go for improvements, small changes you make in your design. But what value engineering does, it itself changes your design. So when there is a change in design, the cost savings would be higher compared to a small improvements that you've been doing. So Kaizen costing is something like small improvements what you're following, right? But when it comes to value engineering, it is like directly changing the design itself, right? So one thing is, the moment a child learns crawling, the speed of crawling is not that higher what a child learns when he's running or jumping, right? So value engineering is kind of jumping or running, directly changing it, change the design itself. But when it's come to Kaizen costing, it says learn gradually, start learning slowly, improvements are to be required. Then product consumer Kaizen costing, target costing versus Kaizen costing, what you already given. Target costing data flow, you must go through this once. Most useful situation for target costing. Go through this again once. It may be considered helpful for you because you have already understood. So we have given a target costing and fast food restaurants, how this would happen or what are the objectives behind that. We have given already target costing and chemical production industries, how are to be done thus. And then target costing control points have been already mentioned. So let us move on to questions. Now value chain analysis, again it is a concept that has emerged from target costing. So value chain analysis is something where theoretical questions are asked because it is a sub part of target costing. So that is also one of those portions. Considering the theory, it is important to understand. But before that, let us switch on to our practical questions and let us start with, so target costing theory questions we have already given over here. Define the term value chain, compare and contrast the competitive advantage, how can value chain analysis be used, a difference between value chain analysis and traditional method approach. All those questions I have asked, and accordingly value chain analysis, when we discuss theoretical more better way, you will be able to connect it well.